Hey, you guys, welcome back to the channel. And today we're just going to breeze on the topic of everyone should get in the habit of having a little care package when you go to work or maybe in your car, but more specifically when you go to work for everybody who, has a 9 to 5ers type of job, whatever your hours is, but you get my point. You're going to work, after work, especially if you're working a time frame. Well, it doesn't even matter because if you're working, like, say, a 9 to 5, maybe you want to go somewhere after work. If you are working, say, a afternoon shift where you get off at like 11 at night, maybe 12 at night, maybe you want to go out with friends, in the nighttime, especially if you live inside a big city. Or maybe you work the gravy night shift and you get out at like 6, 7, 8 in the morning, and maybe your family wants to go and have breakfast, and you're like, cool, I have no time to really go home. Everybody should have a care package, a little kind of setup for yourself. It doesn't have to be nothing extreme. It could be the bare basics. I just threw a few items down here in front, but just in general, have a little something where when you get out of work, you ain't gonna have time to go home. Have a little something that you could freshen up with. Doesn't have to be nothing crazy, but I definitely would suggest have a hairbrush. And I just did a review on this a moment ago, for this very reason, which is why I'm throwing this in this video here about having a care package that you can have for work or wherever the case is, maybe in your car. But have yourself a hairbrush because we all get hat hair sometimes where you throw on a winter hat, or whatever the case is. Maybe you got a job hat, construction hat, whatever the case is. Have yourself a little brush that way, you won't have hat hair when you get ready to go out after coming from work, just in case you got a job where maybe you're sweating a lot, maybe now you're doing a lot of work, but maybe you're in a hot environment. Maybe it's just you're in a building that they have the heat blazing. Have yourself a little washcloth, some soap. Even if you don't have a washcloth and you're just using, the paper towels that they have at work, but have some soap on hand. Obviously, have some deodorant. Keep yourself a little cologne as well. It doesn't have to be that expensive. I don't really have any kind of expensive ones. I have a different one I put on the channel before. I'm just throwing this on here now, which I like the smell of this for the winter. Um, and I'm going to throw a link in the description of a few items, affiliated link in Amazon. But have yourself a nice fragrance. That way you can re-up after you get out of work, because whatever you have put on during the beginning of the day for work is probably not going to be lasting by the end of the day. Have yourself a spare t-shirt. Um, a fresh t-shirt. And what I actually recommend now, which I have recently done in the last couple of months, is I bought a package of fresh t-shirts that I got a specific size I want to fit. I wanted them to have more of um a more slim fit, whatever, that I'm comfortable with, that's not going to really be too baggy and doesn't show through, like, say, a dressy shirt that I'm wearing. And those are particularly just going to be used, they're not expensive and not like that, but they're going to be particularly used for when I'm going out or when I'm not at work. I save all my older t-shirts for when I'm at work, and just to dirty up, and you sweat them up and whatever the case is. So I also recommend that. Get yourself a fresh pair of separate t-shirts that you use for going out versus when you're going to work, especially if you're one of those people who, like, say, have a corporate job, you get dressed up, that's different. If you're one of those people who you're throwing on a uniform, or maybe you're a construction person and you're just you're doing something where you're just kind of like, your t-shirts don't matter, let those be the ones that you wear all the time, that kind of get all messed up and get stains on them and get all that, whatever. Have a fresh set for going out. And yeah, you might think it doesn't matter because no one's going to see the t-shirt, but you know what? It's not that expensive on Amazon. I'm going to throw affiliated link for this one, but for this brand that I purchased, but you can find them all over Amazon. Go to any kind of store, Target, whatever. Just get yourself basic t-shirts that fit nice too. You want a nice, s- um, like a very slim or like a tight fit t-shirt, because whatever you're going to wear on top of it, you don't want the bagginess of the t-shirt to be showing through, whatever you're wearing, especially if you're wearing a short sleeve and then the sleeves of the t-shirt come longer than the short sleeve. That's a very bad look. But back to my point, have a nice set of just clean shirts that you don't wear as often on your everyday, so they don't smell bad, they don't get all sweat stains, they're a little bit more fresh. So those ones you don't have to end up throwing away as often. separate from the ones that you're going to use for work all the time. If you have one of those type of jobs where you're, like I said, you're changing into a uniform, or you're in construction, you're sweating it up a lot. Those ones, yeah, you're going to wash your shirts, but they're obviously, even though they're clean, they're going to get dingy. They might have sweat stains. They might be whatever. They may not even be a great size. They may be a little bit baggy on you. Those ones is fine to bring for work all the time. You know you're going to go out, keep a fresh one inside your locker, or whatever the case is, or your, if you got lockers at work, keep it in your car, whatever the case is. Keep it in your little bag. If you got a little bag that you can bring with you, a little backpack. But have everything ready for you to go out. This is important because though we don't think about it, there's always going to be those times or those days where, unless you live really close to home. If you live really close to home, then I completely get it. You don't have to worry about that. You might be one of those people who you live like 5 minutes away from home. You drive straight home. It's no big deal. You're one of those people who it takes you probably a good, 30 minutes or more to get home. And maybe there's going to be times you just want to shoot straight to meet somebody or hang out with some friends, whatever the case is. Have your little care package, have a toothbrush, have toothpaste. That's 100% mandatory all the time, because you're going to be eating at work and you want to be able to brush your teeth and whatnot. So have that little care package with you, like I said, at all times. That's very important because you want to be looking your best and feeling you're fresh, as when you're leaving from wherever you're going. You don't want to ever have that impression where you're going to hang out with some friends or maybe even meet new people and you're not at your best point, or whatever the case is. Now, I'm not saying you have to have a spare set of all this whatever crazy clothes, but if you know you're going to be going out that day, you might be wearing what you're going to be wearing. You change from that, obviously, if you're going to be, if you're the type of job where you wear a uniform or where you wear construction clothes, maybe bring two sets of clothes in that kind of case, in that kind of situation. And then obviously, when you're leaving, you change. Even if you got to do a little sink bath at work, wash your upper body up real quick, throw on some cologne, fresh t-shirt that smells nice. You haven't been sweating in it all day. Brush your hair, brush your teeth. Um, so yeah, comments down below if you have a care package, what's in your little care package, for when you're going out after work, specifically for, like, for going out after work, or maybe you leaving your car just in case if you're out and about and you can't reach things. Just whatever your situation is, whatever you like to carry, throw it in the comments. As always, you guys, take care, be safe, comment, like, subscribe, share, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.